there are going to be some teams, or at least I said, there are going to be some teams in the NFC with bad records who aren't that bad as a team. Are the Packers that at 4-6-1? There's no way they're that bad. Like in any other season, they're going to be better than that, right?
Well, the Packers have the same record right now through 12 weeks as the Cleveland Browns. And, yeah, I would say they are better than the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's my point. Aaron Rodgers continues to just be really weird because on a throw-for-throw basis, grading really well. But a lot of his negative play, or the plays that are just not moving the ball forward for the team, his 47 throwaways. Did you see that stat I tweeted out last night?
No.
He's thrown the ball away 47 times.
That is a lot.
Drew Brees on the season has 82 total incompletions. 82. That includes, of course, off-target throws. It includes throwaways, batted passes. 82. So Rodgers, I'm not saying he's not being aggressive at all because he still makes special throws left and right. He's got as many big-time throws as any QB in the league right now. But at some point, does he just need to start trusting the system a little bit more, taking chances? They also lead the league in third down sacks. So it's when these negative plays are coming that is just killing Green Bay. If something's not there, Rodgers isn't even taking a chance to make something happen. So he's not turning the ball over, but he's 47 throwaways. Even if you just chuck up 15 or 20 of those, good things could happen, right? And then just a ton of sacks. Yeah. And then just missed throws at key opportune times these last couple weeks.
What is the record for throwaways in a season? Isn't it like 20-something? That Phillip Rivers season where he thought he was throwing away at some crazy rate?
Yeah, I didn't check, but I think Rodgers has it already.
Right. But I'm has sure it by almost double, I think, at this point.
I don't know. Let me check it was 2012. Rivers had a ton. I don't know if that was the exact record that we've had.
It's kind of interesting because this Packers offense is getting itself into this situation where it kind of looks a little bit like previous Alex Smith-led offenses throughout the league and certain Vikings offenses as well, where because you're not taking chances constantly, you're running this game that requires essentially an unrealistic level of execution in order to consistently work, right? So you're throwing away a ton of passes, you're taking sacks here and there, you're not being as aggressive as you need to be constantly into windows that essentially require a bit of guesswork and a bit of gambling to make happen, which means you need to execute what's left at a superhuman level in order to keep the thing functioning, to keep the thing moving along. And they just keep finding themselves in a situation where they trip up, and they're not capable of overcoming the mistake that trips up, or the mistake comes in a situation where they've put themselves in a do-or-die spot. Like they've already landed themselves in this is a must-execute down, and you screw that up, and now it's game over. So, like, this Packers offense is, via a slightly different methodology, they've kind of wound up in that situation where they're demanding their own execution be way higher than it's actually capable of being in order to function.
But the difference then, with the comparison you made between an Alex Smith or a Vikings offense, is that Aaron Rodgers is capable of making these special throws. He's got 30 big-time throws. That's tied for second in the league against only 3 turnover-worthy throws. That is an absurd ratio. If you're 2-to-1 in that ratio, it's absurd. I mean, it's really good. 2-to-1's good. 3-to-1's excellent. 4-to-1, 5-to-1, you start to get into the best in the league. Like Drew Brees, for instance, 24 big-time throws and 6 turnover-worthy throws, and that's great. Like 4-to-1's awesome. Aaron Rodgers is 10-to-1. Now, this doesn't include his fumbles. Throw a couple fumbles in there, he's closer to 5 or 6-to-1, but it's still the best ratio in the league by a wide margin. But then there's a million sacks in there as well.
Yeah.
And inopportune sacks, right?
The sacks, the throwaways, these are all just costing you downs and putting you in a situation where you need to make something special happen in order to keep the drive alive.
And we see this like last night, the final drive. Rodgers' last drive, he makes a special downfield throw. It's awesome. And then he comes back and misses a third down in the flat and then misses a wide open touchdown. And that wouldn't have been a big-time throw if he hit the touchdown. That was wide open. That was a gimme.
Yeah. And
he left an easy grade on the table.
And they're kind of in the same situation a little bit as Philadelphia in terms of getting banged up in the secondary. You know, there's big plays happening on the other side of the ball. So you need Rodgers to keep ticking over. You need him to actually keep functioning and keep scoring. And they keep putting themselves in this position where they need to make it happen on this down right now. Otherwise, the drive's done.
Right.
And as good as Rodgers is playing, and he's making a ton of these plays, the number of plays he's leaving on the table, it always arises in this key down, this key situation, and that's why they're falling short in these games.
Yeah, last 2 weeks, some very important misses in opportune times. His numbers in the fourth quarter this year are still really good.
Yeah. But
in key games in recent weeks, at New England, at Seattle last night, all on the road here, at Minnesota, haven't been great. So Green Bay at 4-6-1. Now, if they still win out, it's possible. They can win out.
It is possible.
Happened a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I would say it's unlikely.
But they would be yeah.
Given the current state of this team.